A new collision analysis of Montana intersections shows how safe roads are for drivers. See where Kalispell ranked. A local school looks to build its reputation through accreditation. And recently retired Montana planes brought back into action as violent blazes strike California.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KAJ, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Don Fisher. A nice sunny day out there today with highs in the 50s, but those conditions likely to worsen as we make it through the week at least a little bit, with some rain and even maybe some snow possible in high elevations. For more on that, let's take it over to meteorologist Russ Thomas for his first forecast. Russ?
Yeah, Don, you're absolutely right about that. We are going to look at another change in the weather pattern, but it's not going to happen until Wednesday. So what we're going to do is squeeze out one more day. It's going to feature sunshine and warmer temperatures. Now, it will not be as blue sky sunny as it is today. Tomorrow, we'll have a few more clouds out there. However, the temperatures will be nice, warming up to the 50s and even 60s in a few spots across western Montana. Looking at our weather story, which I may or may not be able to get to, what you're going to find is that, again, nice day tomorrow. We are going to see showers on Wednesday. Then after that, definitely some cooler air in place, and we'll have all the numbers coming up.
All right, thank you, Russ. A new collision analysis of Montana intersections shows that Kalispell is one of the safer major Montana cities for drivers, with only one intersection cracking the top 50 for crashes. Ranking number 44 is the intersection of U.S. Highway 2 West and U.S. Highway 93 North, accounting for 18 crashes between 2014 and 2016. Compare that to the leader, North Reserve and Mullen Road in Missoula, which had 121 crashes during that same time. In fact, the top 5 intersections on the list were all in Missoula. The study was compiled by the Insurance Agency for Highway Safety, sorting about 67,000 crashes in that 2-year span, with 163 intersections being ranked. Missoula, Billings, Great Falls, and Helena all had more intersections listed than Kalispell. The Summer School District is seeking accreditation by one of the leading accrediting agencies in the world for educational institutions. The process is voluntary, and if received, it's a mark of distinction. This week, the district is taking a step closer to that goal. MTN's Nicole Miller has the details.
In the next 3 months, the Summer School District hopes to receive accreditation of both the middle and elementary schools by an organization known as Advanced Ed.
The accreditation is really kind of a seal of approval from this outside organization, but really what it represents is something that's not an event or something that you've earned. It's more of a process that you've committed to.
It's a long and rigorous process, and it's taken the Summer School District a year and a half just to get to this point.
This week, the district is hosting a team of 5 reviewers from Advanced Ed who will evaluate 31 performance standards, like purpose and direction, and governance and leadership.
There are 31 standards that are important in the success of a school or district. And they are grouped in 3 categories. You have leadership, you have learning, and you have resources. So those are the 3 domains. And we are basically comparing the school district to see how they fit in the rubric for those 31 standards.
Once a district receives accreditation, it lasts for 5 years.
This is an honor. It's also a very wonderful process for the school system to go through because it helps to improve them. The primary goal is school improvement.
Reporting in Summers, Nicole Miller, MTN News.
And the Evergreen and West Valley school districts are also in the process of seeking similar accreditation. The Glacier National Park Conservancy has reached their fundraising goal to help preserve what's left of the Sperry Chalet and protect it from the elements this winter. After it was hit by the Sprague Fire in late August, a fund was set up to cover the immediate costs and future plans for the area. Just over a month later, the Conservancy held its annual Give Back to Glacier Week, surpassing this year's goal by raising about $110,000. Those funds will be used to elevate what parts of the structure can be saved and also to stabilize it before winter comes and does any further damage to the structure. And just a week out of retirement, Neptune Aviation's legendary P-2V tankers respond to a deadly firestorm engulfing Northern California tonight. Missoula-based Neptune Aviation stated on their Facebook page this evening that their T-07 and T-14 aircraft have been reactivated, along with the T-02 and T-03, as part of the effort to quell what they call horrific blazes. Neptune's vulnerable P-2V tankers have flown missions over thousands of wildfires, providing safety not only in the northern Rockies but all over North America for the past quarter of a century. The distinctive workhorses were retired just last weekend in what the company's CEO called a bittersweet moment. When Neptune Aviation was founded in 1993, its fleet included half a dozen of the durable P-2V tankers that had been based in New Mexico. When Neptune moved operations to Missoula, the P-2Vs came along, forming the backbone of the company's fleet. And a state of emergency is underway in Northern California for those fires as the crews continue to contain the 15 fast-moving wildfires. At least 10 people have been killed and 1,500 homes and structures already burned. Crews further south are also tackling another fire that sprang up in just the last 24 hours. Danielle Nottingham has the latest from Santa Rosa, California.
Crews dumped flame retardant in Northern California's wine country throughout the day as firefighters waged a desperate stand to save homes down below.
Armageddon. It's just gone. Everything's gone.
At least 15 wildfires ignited in the region Sunday, forcing the evacuation of at least 2 hospitals.
This is my neighborhood in flames.
Tens of thousands of residents in Napa and Sonoma counties fled their homes, while others hosed down their properties.
It was an effort by the community to water down the ones that are closest to the fire.
Wart Cook's home was spared, but his neighbors weren't so lucky.
It's a great neighborhood, great neighbors, but it's tough.
Here in Santa Rosa in Sonoma County, you can see the wildfires decimated house after house. Authorities say high winds and low humidity helped the flames spread quickly.
It was very, very windy, very dry wind, and it was very taxing for the entire city.
Those conditions also fanned a massive brush fire further south in the Anaheim Hills area early Tuesday that destroyed several homes. As residents rushed in to save animals there, Joseph Payne and his family got to work.
We grabbed the garden hose, a power washer, and buckets of water because we have a pool. We just started putting it out.
About 500 firefighters are now battling the inferno. Officials anticipate 1,000 to be on the scene come Tuesday morning. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Santa Rosa, California.
And now more than 20 major wildfires are burning in California. Today we officially enter the next phase of the MTN Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. The application process is now open. Over the past month, with help from people here in Montana and across the country, we have raised more than $424,000. The fund is a partnership between the Montana Television Network and the Montana Community Foundation. MTN and its parent company Cordillera Communications matched the first $50,000 raised. Organizations and groups, individuals who think they may qualify are welcome to apply, and applications will be accepted through November 10th. A panel of fire experts, Montana Community Foundation representatives, and MTN staff will distribute funds based on need and relevance. Rural volunteer fire departments are highly encouraged to apply.
Those first responders are in pretty serious need of the money for equipment upgrades, training, all kinds of things. And so those are really probably going to be our main focus for grant making.
Donations are still being accepted, and information on how you can apply is posted on our website, KAJ18.com. Police are investigating an armed robbery that happened near the Montana State University campus this morning. The Bozeman police say 3 suspects robbed a victim at the intersection of South 15th Avenue and West College Street around 8 a.m. At least one of the suspects was armed with a firearm and mace. 2 of the suspects are in custody, but 1 fled on foot and is still being sought. A preliminary investigation revealed that the victim may have known the suspects. MSU issued a warning to students on Monday morning about the incident, which still remains under investigation. On campus today, high-tech jobs were discussed as a future leading industry in Montana. MTN's Augusta McDonald has more on how some high-powered companies and lawmakers see opportunity to increase jobs in Montana in high-tech.
Lawmakers and business owners talked about how increasing broadband capabilities can also increase jobs in Montana.
The president of Microsoft said that investing in digital and computer science education in rural schools is an investment in future job growth.
I think the strategic plan starts with educating people so that whether they're students or whether they're employees, they have the digital skills needed to put this technology to work. The second part of the strategic plan really involves getting broadband everywhere so everyone can use this. The third part of the strategic plan really involves companies like Microsoft and others, so we're working with businesses to help them identify how they can apply this technology and put it to work so they can grow and create more jobs.
There are challenges to building a high-tech industry in rural Montana.
Over 60% of rural Montanans don't have access to broadband. 65% of Indian country do not have access to broadband. We've got to bridge that connectivity divide.
The owner of a cybersecurity company based out of Bozeman that works remotely with many of its customers knows that broadband is critical to their success.
We can't readily protect our customers without them having ready-made broadband and reliable access. So it is a give and take. So that's an economic driver for us. Without broadband, we have fewer customers.
One FCC commissioner says that the benefits of investing in tech are clear. She looks forward to evidence of their progress next year.
I, for one, want to have a progress report of what the investments that we enable through good policy, through the targeted dollars. I, for one, want to have a report to say, look at what we've done. Look at how many more people have been served. How many more people that we've seen through clinical services.
Reporting in Missoula, I'm Augusta McDonald for MTN News.
The summit also offered networking opportunities for local Montana business owners. And after the break, Russ will be back with your forecast for the week, and later an update on the Las Vegas shooting that killed 58 and left over 500 wounded. All coming up after the break on KAJ.